Clouds of worries inside when we live small lives that are way too short.
Anyway, my name's Greg. March of 2007, I was diagnosed with colorectal cancer, stage 4, signet cell, very deadly, 18 to 24 months to live.
Not to mention you were battling the chemo for this 3 months.
Yes, I had the chemo, and I also had an experimental drug. They tried on me, and I had to give up after 3 sessions because it was very toxic. And I had my MRI today, results today, and they said in March the MRI showed this tumor here in your abdomen. The MRI can't find it.
That's news to me, by the way. We haven't.
I say the same. So thank you, Paul, and thank you, Susan.
Hey. You just made my night. I love to hear it when their tests say what they're not supposed to say. And what happened was I decided that I had to take charge, even though I was bedridden, and I contacted by phone a research foundation in Ottawa who put me on to some research that was going on at Royal Glasgow Hospital in Scotland. So I got on the phone there to get a hold of this Dr. Peter Beatty, a Harvard-trained neurologist, and then he put me on to a Dr. David Horobin, who would change my life. Dr. David Horobin, I didn't know him from Adam at the time, but he's basically the father of clinical medicine with essential fatty acids. He started the only medical journal that exists today for fatty acids called Prostaglandins, Leukotrienes, and Essential Fatty Acids. He started the medical journal Medical Hypothesis to try and get doctors around the world to think outside the square. And he told me that I needed to get on these fatty acids right away. Well, I didn't know what the heck he was talking about, right? You know, get on this gamma-linolenic acid, iconopanasonic acid, DHA, and I'm going, oh yeah, okay, sure, whatever. Where do I get them? And he says, well, you get them from the breast milk of a mother. Well, this was going to be a problem. I'm in my early 40s. And I can't get out of bed. And even if I could you see me accosting women on a street corner that were lactating, saying, you got a half an hour, I could have your time. So they were kind enough, they sent over these fatty acids, particular fatty acids, something called
Stop taking life so serious. You don't even know what you have. Sometimes I worry about the future. All we ever know. And every night I thank the Lord. Somehow I dodged the bullet one more day. Sometimes there are things a man just
everybody else that told their story. And here's another guy that dropped in, and I want to celebrate with you tonight.
Hi, my name's Peter Hicks. This is my story with cancer. I've tried to help hundreds of people, but not everybody listens to me. I understand why, but please don't make this mistake.
Peter, tell your story, and certainly also tell about your mother, because you know, people need to know this, and we need to get more people out so they understand and hear these things. Go ahead.
Yeah, in 2002, I got kidney cancer. I lost my kidney, and I started doing all kinds of stuff for myself, and I figured I was going to beat this on my own. And 4 years later it came back, and they set me up for a big operation and said that the chances of you surviving the operation are very poor, and the odds of you surviving very long after that are like 10%. I mean, I have been told that I'm supposed to be absolutely full of cancer with the type of cancer that I have and the level that it's at, and I seem to be doing well in that, and if you keep coming here and you keep seeing me, then that should be proof to you that it works. And I just want to be
How long have you been coming here now?
Yeah, ever since I've been taking a fat. So
which is how long?
Over 18 months now.
18 months ago you had 10% chance to live.
Yeah, yeah.
Why do you keep coming back for more?
I actually feel like Paul now. I want to tell everybody, and I do all the time. I'm always telling people. My best friend had leukemia, and I begged him. I begged him by the side of his bed in the hospital. You got to do this stuff. He didn't take it, and I feel so sad because he did die. And if only he'd taken that, I'm sure he would have lived.
Sure.
And I had a cousin also who had a brain tumor. And I told him and begged him that he should take it too, and he didn't listen to me, and he just went, you know, he needed them facts.
Yeah, but you did tell another with inoperable brain tumor.
Yeah, and he's doing great.
And he's done great.
Yeah.
They can't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as soon as she started taking that, she didn't have it anymore. So this incurable disease of diverticulitis isn't around anymore, and she's walking around up there, and she doesn't have to panic about jumping in the bushes every 5 minutes. She's
Jumping in the bushes.
She's fine.
I thought they were civilized in England. Pep, 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 pep. Hey, you know, like, how can you not believe a guy says there, well, my mom was in a wheelchair, you know, she had diverticulitis and it was all over the bushes, she jumped in the bushes. Now she doesn't have to jump in the bushes because she doesn't even need the wheelchair. And I'm getting on a plane going over to visit her for Christmas.
Sometimes I worry about the future.
I'm alive and doing well, that's the biggest part. I've been battling colorectal cancer since September of 2004. That's when I was given the devastating diagnosis. And I had surgery, and then followed by 6 months of chemo and 25 days of radiation sessions. And at that point, they gave me 1.5 to 2 years to live. After I got off the morphine, that's when everything started turning around. I started actually healing. Every bone scan that and MRI I had after that showed that there was, you know, first it stopped. Then the metastases in my neck and my ribs absolutely just disappeared. Well, I'm doing things that I never thought I'd be doing again in a million years. Like I can swim, I can, you know, do mini putt. It's because of Paul, and if it wasn't for Susan Nicholas, I would have never met Paul, because I was going to Wellspring, which is a place for cancer patients.